Everyone, and welcome to CSL Charlotte. Today, I am the MC, substitute MC. We are delighted you have chosen to join us today, and 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 we do some awesome things here. Um, uh, we have our Tuesday evening consciousness meetings at 6 o'clock, and we provide the tools for you to live the science mind principles that were developed by Ernest Holmes in the early 20th century. Ernest Holmes was a man on a mission. He synthesized all of the world's religions and spiritual paths and and created a fresh new way for us to live our lives. So at CSL Charlotte, one of the things that we do here, besides just empower people, is that we also accept people from all walks of life, from all physical distinctions, sexual orientations, all ethnicities. You are welcome here. You don't have to leave your nature, your experiences, or nature of knowledge. You are welcome to join us anytime. And and we also one of our vision for what we do here is we train and empower people just like you to live this path, to live, to embody, and to teach other people how to live the science of mind principles. And and we are delighted that you have chosen to join us today. So with that, I'll pass the mic over to our scheduled MC, Horace Bush. Are you there, Horace? Okay, I guess not. So today we have a special treat for you. We have our Reverend Rosedale is taking a much needed day off today as she's enjoying her Thanksgiving holiday. And our guest speaker today is our own fabulous Karen Mondragon.
Oh, Alan, thank you so much. We're having technical difficulties and it's all fine. Alan is our A-team guy and he just steps in whenever is needed. And Horace was frozen today, so he was kind of a popsicle in the, on the thing. So welcome, welcome, welcome. And here at the Mind, Body, Spirit Center, as Reverend Rosedale likes to call it, because she is the Mind, Body, Spirit guru. She's so proficient at that, and I know because I take her classes. So we always open our service with a beautiful prayer, and our prayer person today is Reverend Millie, and Reverend Millie is going to open this service with a prayer. Reverend Millie.
Oops, let me unmute there. Thank you so much, Reverend Karen. And so right now, I would just like to invite you all into that place, that space of prayer. If you're comfortable, please close your eyes with me and let's do a brief affirmative prayer. And so as we just take in that deep breath, that really deep breath, we just allow ourselves to center into that place of knowing that there is only one source, one God, one divine intelligence, one infinite expression of all that there is. And this beautiful expression expresses through me, as me, and through each and every sentient being on the planet. I know for each and every one of us today, right here and right now, here at CSL Charlotte and out into the world, for those who may be watching this later, or even for those who are on now, I know for each and every one of us that we just center into that place of knowing that we are each individualized expressions of spirit. Spirit lives through us, spiritual beings having a human experience right here and right now where we are. And since I know this, I know also for us that we just tune in and center in and enjoy this program today. We enjoy this service today, knowing that God speaks through each and every person that speaks, through Reverend Karen, through the MC, through the announcers, everyone. Spirit is speaking, and also for our technology today. I know that it is released to that calmness and functionality that allows us to just enjoy the service, and for all who choose to watch it, they can do so. That the glitches are just go away, for they do not serve us. It does keep us on point for prayer and being prayerful always throughout this journey today called this service. And so with that, I just say thank you as I release this prayer into the law. I release it knowing that my words have been heard and acted upon by that law of mine that just says yes. And if you can, and if you will, I invite you to affirm this with me together by saying, and so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Millie. You know, I've never met Reverend Millie in person, but I have gotten to know her through Zoom, and she has a beautiful way about her. She has a gentle strength, and when she prays and her heart just opens, it's so beautiful. She's a beautiful, beautiful person, and she talks in her prayer about having a human experience, and boy, are we having human experiences today, and it's wonderful. One thing about this team, we work together, we cover for each other, and we just get it done, So that's we're perfect in our imperfections, and that's beautiful. And talking about being perfect and jumping in all over the place is Alan, our A-team guy, who's doing everything this morning. He just jumps in there and does it. So Alan is our reader this morning. And after Alan does his reading, our first song is going to come on. And it's not really a song. It has music behind it. So anyway, you'll hear it. Denzel Washington. I love him. And I love Alan too. So Alan, take it away, dear.
All right. Thank you so much for the warm and kind words, Karen. Today's reading is about gratitude, the gift that never stops giving. Gratitude falls within the fourth step of prayer treatment, which we call Thanksgiving. It is that segment of the treatment where we verbally acknowledge and give celebration for our divine goodness. It is in that context where we express our gratitude for the blessings in our lives. Gratitude is a feeling of the heart for blessings that have and are being bestowed upon us in our lives. Gratitude goes deep within every fiber of our being. It is more than a thank you. It is a feeling of great appreciation and acknowledgement of something more than we can express. Gratitude does not require a monetary value or a promise of a return on the gift. When we feel and express our gratitude, whether to God, the universe, or to a special person, we are acknowledging a universal gift. We become filled with a feeling of abundance and well-being. Gratitude is a life lived in awareness for the blessings of every moment of every day. When we take each day and start that day in gratitude for the blessings which we have right now, it opens us up to receive all the abundance of good and plenty. Our minds are removed from feelings of lack and limitation and filled with the energy and excitement of a prosperous life, a beautiful life. It is much more difficult to move forward in prosperity and success in our lives if we do not recognize and acknowledge gratitude for what we have right now. When we really take notice of what surrounds us, we find untold treasures and abundance everywhere. Gratitude is a practice that becomes a daily gift. It opens our eyes to the world. It changes our perspective on what is beautiful. It sets our priorities straight. It clears away blockages which hamper our advancement. And most of all, it brings us closer to our spirit self and to God. To go to sleep at night mentally acknowledging gratitude for the day, and to awake in the morning acknowledging the coming day and our gratitude for what lies ahead, no matter what unfolds as reality, is truly a practice of growth, life enhancement, and a great attitude adjustment. Gratitude is truly a gift that never stops giving.
Wow. I don't know about you, but I think Denzel just did our talk. My heart is just so full with everything he said. To be thankful, to be in gratitude, and to acknowledge that, and to know that, and to live our lives like that. And in Alan's reading about gratitude, it's a way of life. And in talking about gratitude, I want to say thank you and deep appreciation and gratitude to this team, to honoring Reverend Rosedale for extending her birthday celebration. Her birthday was last Monday, and she's being good to herself, and we honor that and appreciate her for doing that. I am so grateful to Reverend Rosedale for being her sister and for her trusting me to do a talk and to do this service in her time of rest and self-care that she's doing. I thank you to A-Team Alan for everything, and he's on this platform in so many places today, even places he didn't know he'd be. And thank you to Reverend Millie for that beautiful prayer. She is an awesome prayer person. And I thank you, Horace, for sticking it out and being there through technical difficulties and just doing our opening prayer for me this morning and for all of us. And so I thank CSL Charlotte. I thank this family. I thank God for guiding me to here. And with that, that song, oh my gosh, thank you in advance. Be grateful for what we have before we even have it. Be grateful for our lives. He said it all. I can't say anything else. He said it all. And I acknowledge our platform. I acknowledge everybody who has partake this morning and who is going to continue and close us up and help me and be there for me. They're my team while I'm on here this morning. They're like giving me confidence so I can be truly, truly, truly thankful and grateful to each and every person here. And I hope I didn't leave anybody out. I don't think I did. But CSL Charlotte, the Mind, Body, Spirit Center, as we get ready to, as I get ready to do my talk, it's about gratitude and thanksgiving and knowing the mind, body, spirit connection in life is so important because our minds and our body and our spirits, they talk to each other, they communicate. And having gratitude in our hearts, with gratitude in our hearts, we can't have unhappiness. We can't have despair, because when we're in gratitude, it fills every fiber of our being. And there's no room for anything negative at all. So living in gratitude, no matter what life looks like, no matter, like Denzel said, no matter what is coming before us, no matter what is happening right now, we can be in gratitude for something. And that's not a spiritual bypass, because I know life is hard at times, and it just is. And I just had my birthday too with Reverend Rosedale. And so I'm an old broad right now, I'm up there and I've got a lot of years behind me that had a lot of experiences, a lot of it good and some of it not so good. But looking back at what happened in my past, the celebrations and the tribulations, I can say, yes, I'm thankful. I might not be thankful for what happened, but I'm in gratitude. I'm in gratitude for getting through it. I'm in gratitude for the lessons I learned from it. And I'm in gratitude for what that experience did to move me out of it and on a different path. So yeah, gratitude for everything in our lives is so very important, and being thankful in advance. My gosh, that's so important. It's like it's like, yes, I expect good in my life. I expect good in my life, and I am thankful for it. I am thankful for it because I know it is manifesting. I don't have to see it, but I know it. I feel it and I believe it. And believing it is the key. Believing it is the key. So, as I get into this talk, I set my timer, but A-Team Alan is going to give me a heads up when I'm running out of time. So I'm not even going to worry about my dumb timer. So, being thankful is a feeling. We're thankful is a feeling. Gratitude is taking that feeling and taking the feeling of thankfulness and the action of thanking the source of that feeling. When we're thankful, it makes us happy. And there's a source of that thanksgiving. I'm thankful for so much in my life. And it's gratitude. Just we sit with gratitude, we open up to it, and we go into the silence. And silence is a big part of it. I think Denzel even said to be quiet. And to go into that space where our brain isn't going crazy, blah, 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 all this kind of stuff, trying to figure things out, to just go in that space and know that God has us, that inner light that we were born with, that inner light that was within us as we were embryos in our mom's wombs, that light that is an actual thing, it doesn't leave us. Some of us, unfortunately, as we start to grow, have a disconnect, and we don't remember that light. We don't remember it's there. And part of our job as a human being on this planet is to bring love into the world, to bring kindness into the world. And hopefully we can help and guide someone to reconnect, to know that their light is strong, and their light brings gratitude and thanksgiving into their lives, no matter what it looks like, and the gratitude. I have to tell you this because I looked in looking at Wikipedia. I go to Wikipedia a lot, and I put in gratitude so I could get some more information, that there is actually a World Gratitude Day. I didn't know this, never heard of it. And it's on September 21st of each year. And it's set aside for us to honor someone in our lives that's special to us. And that day is set aside for that, to be grateful for a person or persons in our lives that we're grateful for, that are important to us. So, and showing kindness, gratitude and thanksgiving has kindness with it. It's when we're thankful, we're being kind. I love the Christmas Carol story. It's my favorite movie, my favorite story, because it shows this old Scrooge. He's grumpy and he's mean and he's hoarding and he doesn't share what he's got. And as the story progresses and as the ghosts come to him and show him life, past, current, and future, he realizes what's important in life. He realizes that the important thing in life is to share and to love and to be kind. And it changes his whole life. And at the end of the story, he's made this transformation from mean old Mr. Scrooge to wonderful, helpful, kind Mr. Scrooge that helps the people in his community, that helps Tiny Tim, that helps so many people, and it enriches his life. And he's a different man. He even looks different because he's not old grumpy butt anymore. So showing kindness, how can we show kindness? We can smile at somebody, we can say good day, we can say hello, we can see somebody say, oh, that's a really pretty blouse you have on, or something. And how small it might seem to us, it's really big to somebody else. We don't know what other people are going through in their lives, and they might be going through some trying times. They might be feeling really down, and for us to just give a smile and say hello, even if they don't do it back, that's okay. Just keep doing it. I know sometimes I'll smile at somebody and I'll say good morning, and they'll just like scowl, and it's like, okay, that's fine, I'll just keep doing it. But I know that they heard me, sometimes people get embarrassed and they don't know what to do if somebody's nice to them and says something kind. They get, oh, what do I do? And so by the time they're figuring out what to do, they've already gone past us. So it's, it's life and being kind, that's our noble purpose. Part of everybody's noble purpose is to be kind. We're human beings. And as human beings, I just have to throw this in there, and it's proven. You can Google it or Alexa it or whatever. The human DNA, the genome of our human DNA across the board, no variation in all humans, is 99 and 9/10% the same, exactly the same. And what do I'm not going to say what do a lot of us concentrate on? We concentrate on that 1% or 1/10 of percent difference. That's all we are, 1/10 of percent different. Otherwise, we're all the same, 99 and 9/10% the same. That's huge. It's more than any other species on this planet. And it's wonderful and it's beautiful. And when we say we are one, we are. It's proven we are one. So, I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for knowing that. I'm grateful for Wikipedia. I'm grateful for going onto the computer and finding out all kinds of neat things. And, being kind makes us feel good too. It's a gift we give to somebody else, and it's a gift for us. Like if we're in line in the grocery store or wherever we're in line, if somebody only has a few things, let them in front of us. I did that the other day and it made me feel so good. And the two ladies I let in front of me only had like 2 things each, and they didn't want to. They said, oh, no, we're fine. So I said, no, I insist, ladies. I insist. I want you to go in front of me. And they did. And it made me feel good. And it made them feel good. And it was being kind. It's nice to be kind. It puts us in an attitude of gratitude, and we don't even know it. When we're kind, we're taking the action of gratitude for being thankful for our lives and sharing our bounty, sharing ourselves with another person. And that is beautiful. It's wonderful. And I know some people say, we're too trusting. You're going to be taken advantage of. And there are people out there and con artists and blah, 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 the whole thing. But I'd rather take a chance on trusting someone and being proven wrong by that person than never trusting anyone again. By living my life in fear and living my life in mistrust, just because there might be somebody out there to take advantage of me. I won't do that. I just won't do that. So I'll let everybody in front of me in line, unless I've got 2 bags or 2 carriages or something, then I won't. Say, nah, I'm not going to do that. So it's like, when we're driving here in California where I live, we have freeways all over the place. And there's always cars who want to cut in front, so instead of stepping on the gas so they can't get in, pull back a little bit and let them in and just smile. They might not see us smile, but we're smiling because we have to share that road, and we can't be first and on any road or freeway or anything. It's impossible. There's always somebody in front of us. We can never be in the front of the line. So why not let people through? Let them in. Who knows what kind of a day they might be having, and they'll appreciate it down the line, and it'll stop road rage, which is a really real thing. So I want to talk about clerks in the store saying thank you to the cashiers, saying thank you to people in Target or Best Buy who have helped us find something. In my younger days, I worked in retail, and I was a cashier, and I was a stock clerk in a store that sells tools. What are those stores that sell tools that are so boring to me because I'm a woman? It's like, oh, screwdrivers and hammers and stuff like that. My mind is blank. I can't remember what you call those stores that sell tools. But anyway, I was a stock clerk at one of those stores. I didn't like it because the products were boring. But you know what? It's hard work. And the people who work in grocery stores, the cashiers, the people who work in retail, I can guarantee absolutely know without a doubt that they encounter grumpies every day. That they encounter grumpies, and it's not fun. And so to be nice to them, just to say thank you and smile, it makes their day. I know it does, because I know when I worked and grumpies were in front of me a lot, if somebody was nice to me, it was like, wow, that's nice. It made me feel good. So be nice to our store clerks, say thank you and smile at them. I don't want to practice spiritual bypass by saying, no matter what's happening in our lives, to be grateful and to be thankful, because when there's a storm breaking over our heads, when we feel our life is falling apart, when something is happening, whether it's the death of a loved one, whether it's being fired from our job, not having enough money to buy food, and I was in that situation once a long time ago too. I was on aid to dependent children and received help from the state. So I know what that's like, and it's hard to be there and say, I'm so grateful, but we can be. And sometimes we have to look at the past to see the gratefulness, or be thankful for what happened, because it takes time sometimes to have that trauma settle, and to be able to look at a past trauma and say, I'm not thankful for that happened, but I am grateful. I am grateful, because if that didn't happen, I wouldn't have gotten out of that situation, or I wouldn't have taken a different road in life, and I wouldn't be where I am today, because all those past traumas have built and built and built to where we are right here and right now. And knowing, God is with us. God is that light within us. It's so strong and it's so bright, and it's God, it's spirit, and it's our foundation. It's what gets us through. I can look back at my life, and I'm not going to go into my past life, but there were times when I didn't think I'd survive. I really thought that I would not be here, and being very scared and not knowing I had any choices, not knowing we have choices, because sometimes the choices in front of us are scary. It's like, oh, I can't do that. It'll help. I can't do that. That's too scary. I can't go there. I can't go there. But I can look back at every single thing, no matter how traumatizing it was at the time, and be grateful that I went through it, to be grateful that God was there to help me, that God said to me, you can do it because I'm here with you. You can get through this because I'm here to help you get through it. I couldn't do it on my own. I couldn't get through it on my own, but with God, I could, and I did. And I still am. And I know that for all of us. It's so important to know, it's not spiritual bypass. It's like, yeah, just feel the pain, feel the pain, there's the rough edges, but to know that God has us. And there's, like, we have rough edges when we're going through those situations, and it's like the piece of coal. A piece of coal is not smooth, it's rough, and it doesn't look anything like a diamond. But when it's pressurized, when it goes through the pressure that God has it go through, it turns into a diamond. It turns into the most beautiful, valuable, hardest material in the world is a diamond, and it comes from a lump of coal, and it goes through the transformation from a lump of coal to a beautiful diamond. And like the grain of sand in a clamshell becomes a beautiful pearl. How special is that? That grain of sand, when it got into that clamshell, must have been very irritating to the clam. It had to be. But in that irritation and what it went through while it was inside the clam, it turned into a beautiful pearl, a very valuable, precious pearl. And that's, our hearts, when our hearts are broken and they feel like shattered glass in our chest, God takes those shattered edges and smooths them out into beautiful, beautiful experience of life. smooths those jagged edges out so that our heart can mend and become one again. It can become one piece and not a bunch of jagged edges piercing our chest. Because sometimes that's what it feels like when we experience loss. And it's painful. And God takes it. And God takes those edges, like I said, and it's a gift when those edges are smoothed into a soft, beautiful remembrance of the truth that goes beyond appearances, the truth that we are whole and we are complete. And no matter what it looks like, we are God's perfection in our imperfection. And there's nothing wrong with imperfection. It's beautiful. Nature is imperfect. Look outside your window. There's no straight lines. There's no order. Nature is imperfect in its perfection. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. There's no straight lines. The tree limbs are crooked. There's weeds that grow, and some of the weeds are prettier than the flowers. There is beauty in that imperfection, and that's what we are. And so to be grateful for that imperfection, to know it, to acknowledge it and say thank you God, thank you. I feel you within me. I feel you my whole life. And I know, my husband died a year ago last July, so it's been like a year and a half that he's been gone. And we were together for almost 40 years, and he was my best friend. He was my very best friend. He was my supporter, and he cheered me on. And when I was down, he was wise and rah-rahed me to, he supported all of my crazy ideas, my crazy and schemes, he'd call them. And I used to get mad at that. What do you mean my schemes? But they're crazy. My ideas aren't crazy. And he'd just laugh at me and he says, I just love you. And whatever you want to do, no matter how crazy I think he thought it was, he supported me in it. And so to lose him was hard. It was really hard. And at first, I was in shock. It's like, okay, I was lived with this person for almost 40 years. Now I'm by myself. What do I do? I have to reinvent me. I have to reinvent myself as a single person living a single life in my own home, doing what I need to do, not just surviving, but living. And my husband used to say, life is for the living. When someone dies, don't be stuck in that sadness. Life is for the living. Just live it. And to honor someone who has passed away, to honor them by celebrating their life, by celebrating the gifts. And that's what I can do now. And Reverend Rosedale was, she got me through so much during that time. I'm so grateful in my heart to her for the words of wisdom and the help that she gave me, along with so many other people in my life. My minister of my home church, my sister and brother practitioners, other ministers, grief groups that I joined, and it all helped. It all helped me in my reinvention and my transformation from being a partner to being a single person. And it's a big transformation and it's scary, but I'm not afraid because I know I have God, and I know God is guiding me and doing everything it can to help me. I know that for a fact. And so, I just have another story to tell. I haven't been timing myself, but I don't know how much time I have. Okay, so wrap it up. This story real quick. This is a thing I'm not thankful that it happened, but I was pregnant with twins. I didn't know I was pregnant with twins because my doctor didn't even know I was carrying twins. But I went into early labor. I went to the hospital. The twins were born. They were boys and they died. One was stillborn. The other one died at birth. And the thing I'm grateful about for that, I went into a deep depression. I was like 22 years old. I went into a deep depression. They were going to have mental health counselors come and talk to me because they were afraid that I might do something. I couldn't, I was beside myself. Long story short, what happened was in my hospital room one night, the last night I was there, the whole room lit up in a color like when they show Jack Frost, and it's white and blue, and it was a white and blue light, and it was huge, an orb, And in that light were two smaller lights. They were two smaller lights that were just as bright, but they were denser. They were denser. And they were my babies. And it was God bringing the babies to me. And through that experience, I felt them touch my hands with a heat that was burning hot, but it didn't hurt. And they told me non-verbally, don't be sad for us, we love you. Don't be sad for us, we love you. And the next morning I was cured. My emotional distress, my depression was gone. I was happy. And ever since that night to this day, I have never, ever, ever, ever doubted the spirit in infinity. The life of the spirit is infinite, and I have never, ever doubted that. And I'm so grateful for that lesson. I'm so grateful for my babies coming to me that night with God and showing me that. So I am going to get ready to end this talk because I was given to wrap it up by Alan. Thank you, Alan. I love you. So we have, what am I doing now? I'm turning the mic back. No, wait a minute.
Second song.
We have a second song. Thank you, Alan. And it's called I Am Blessed by Eternal, and it's beautiful. So, okay. Second song, right? Oh my gosh, isn't that beautiful? I am blessed. And to be blessed for all the people that show up in our lives. And I can't say enough about that. That was a beautiful, beautiful song. Beautiful song. And I'm so blessed to have all of you here. And I know that I'm going to turn this mic back over to Horace. Hi, Horace.
Oh, Reverend Karen, that was just amazing. I have been so inspired by that talk. And so I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Just like that song said, I am definitely truly blessed. And so, wow. And this is a wonderful time that I enjoy helping to facilitate, because now we actually have an opportunity to practice being in gratitude in this very moment. And that includes everyone in this community and all of you on Facebook right now as well, because you're part of our community too. And so you have this opportunity to also demonstrate how blessed you feel from your heart. I certainly do right now. And so as we invite your assistance to participate in this opportunity to express gratitude, we know that we do this, it helps us to prepare generations of future leaders who can fully integrate and teach and expose these science of mind principles that we always not just only talking about, but walking about as well. And so right now, we want to tell you that as you give from that standpoint of gratitude, donations can be made through Zelle, through Venmo, and also for those of you who like to shop, and I'm guilty of it as well when I'm able to, through Amazon, doing it through Amazon Smile, you have all these opportunities also, our community benefits in all those ways. And so, wow, we first of all, we so appreciate that you've actually given of your time and presence by being here. We're grateful for that. But now we're also grateful for the opportunity to give from your talent and treasure as well. And so as you can see there, all the ways, if you go to our website, csoCharlotte.org, and press on the More tab, you can see all the ways that I just mentioned that you can donate. And also you can go through snail mail by sending a check if you desire to do that to CSO Charlotte, and the address is listed there as well. So now, if you haven't already self-muted, I want to invite you to affirm with me our affirmative giving statement that we always like to use to express our gratitude, for the abundance that's benefiting this community. So now, if you desire, you don't have to, but if you desire, you can take your hands and place them over your heart, and then take a deep breath. And I would like for you to affirm out loud wherever you are in the world, and affirm with me our affirmative giving. Prosperity and abundance flows from the law of circulation of giving and receiving. As I give to the Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte, I give of my time, talent, and treasure, which opens the path to my grateful return of good 7 times or more in my life. I am grateful for the universal power that exists to continuously open the paths for all prosperity and abundance that we all receive. And I now prosper. Now, I invite you to take another slow, deep breath and affirm with me right now that it is this wonderful, infinite spirit of love and abundance and prosperity that continuously bless us each and every moment of each and every day of our lives right now. And so as we demonstrate our appreciation in whatever way we decide to continue this law of circulation to activate among us right now, we know that spirit is our source and supply. We know that as we are so blessed and blessed through this demonstration, we know that there's a ripple effect that occurs that we cannot even imagine. There are many others who are being blessed right now as we speak. And so, yes, I speak my word for Thanksgiving, knowing right now that as we do so, we're continuously being blessed, being loved by spirit. We know that this community continues to prosper and to expand beyond even our imagination. And so, yes, I give thanks knowing that in advance, that that's exactly what's going on. We know that to be so, and we just lift that to the law, knowing it's being done exactly the way it needs to be done, and so it is. And so now I'm going to turn it over to my wonderful sister for opportunities and announcements, Melissa.
Thank you so much, Brother Horace, for that beautiful prayer of gratitude and the prosperity of which we all are a part of. And I have to say, I am so grateful to be part of the CSL community, CSL Charlotte, and welcome to everybody out there who is on with us this morning and also who are new to CSL Charlotte. There are many ways we can be in gratitude and grateful for what is already here and what is to come in all the different activities and events that go on here. The best way to do that is through our website, cslcharlotte.org. cslcharlotte.org will give you weekly updates, monthly updates on the different events and the different groups and the different ways we can all connect and feel truly blessed with that connection and that state of gratitude. Also, we can connect with Facebook. So welcome everybody with Facebook land here, because we have our Facebook page. I am very grateful for that. That's where we have those inspirational quotes. And again, we can have an opportunity to like one another, and also to give out comments or quotes, or just put in your own points of what it is you're grateful for. And it's another great way to connect with mind, body, and spirit, CSL Charlotte. Now, when you look at our website, you look over in that right-hand corner and there's that magic word, more. More is what we're feeling with each and every day. And that's where blessed is a part of, because when you click on more, that's where you'll see our groups that we get together with and our meetings, our classes, And we have an opportunity to put in prayer for those we love and for ourselves. We're starting with meetings, that consciousness meeting. Those are the meetings that I look forward to each Tuesday at 6:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Our group consciousness team of conscious energy gets together, and we can all go deeper for that Sunday message to really come in clearly to be part of our being. And we can put out prayers. And when we put in a conscious energy, that circle of prayer and consciousness can really come through in such a beautiful way. And it really touches the heart, and miracles, truth, love, everything just unfolds in such a loving and kind way. So our group consciousness meetings are definitely a good place to be. And if you want more information about that, just click to the bottom and put your information in, and somebody from our team will get back to you on that. Our team is very good also because we have classes. We have certified classes, and right now we've got spiritual economics going on. It's not necessarily about money. It's about the prosperity that we are born to have, born to be part of. And that can be with all of aspects of life, whether it's financial or health, or just feeling that prosperity of connection with business and our personal lives. So having that prosperous feeling is something we want to really be in tune with and truly feel grateful for. And that would be found in our spiritual economics class. We've been going on now, that's been going on every Tuesday, or no, excuse me, Saturday at 2:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's been going on since October 8th. So it's coming up, it's starting to wrap up. I believe it was an 8-week class, and there was a bit of a gap in between, but it's starting to wrap up now. But if you want more information about that and our other classes, please check into our website and just fill out your information, and somebody will get back to you about that, about what's coming up. The next thing that's coming, which actually is already here, this is a holiday season. And with the holiday season, we have challenging times. Like Reverend Karen was saying, there are times where sometimes those rough edges need to be smoothed out. And we have that this holiday season. It's led by Reverend Millie Forsyth every Monday evening at 6:30 Eastern Time. And it is our group, grievance group. And the grievance group is a place where we can truly feel that peace and that calm in a space where perhaps it hadn't been felt for a while because of a loss of somebody in your life in the past. But then again, we can also replace and not replace, but create a space where we can also include gratitude for those situations and those people that have been part of our life. And Millie is running that 6:30 p.m. again, Eastern Standard Time on Monday evenings, November through December. And just to kind of help through those rough moments that may come up during the holiday season. Another thing we have for going deeper and being more connected with our well-being is our brand new Heartbeat Poetry Club. Now we meet on Tuesdays at 1:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this is a time where we get to really get our creative juices flowing. And it's a time where we come together and really go deeper within our heart and just feel that love and feel that one with nature, feel that one with the space that is around us. And again, it is another place of opportunity for feeling gratitude. Now here at CSL Charlotte, we're truly in a prayerful group of conscious energy. And we have now started a personal prayer session after each Sunday service, where it's an opportunity for you to go into a breakout room with one of our practitioners, our ministers, and give a request a prayer, and you can just have a beautiful prayer given for you for whatever given situation you feel needs to be covered for the time being, and it will just move into your heart, and it's a good place for just to be in a space of peace and release, because it's an opportunity for, again, reconnection and letting go of what no longer serves us. And so I'm very grateful for those prayer sessions and prayer groups. And again, that's going to be after this service, right after our service. So if you like a prayer, please stick around after service, and we'll link you up with one of our fabulous practitioners. Speaking of prayer, we also have a beautiful prayer tree, and that is provided by none other than our own emeritus practitioner, Maureen Thurston. And each week, Maureen adds more leaves to our prayer tree. And with that is a prayer that she and other practitioners of our center are providing for our group of wonderful congregants, our members, and those who you love. So Maureen, how are we doing with our prayer tree leaves, and how is it blossoming this week?
It's doing very well. We have 343 prayer requests.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. And with that, I will like to turn it back over to our esteemed Reverend Karen Mondragon.
Oh my gosh, thank you, Melissa. And thank you for, I just have to say this group is like amazing, amazing, amazing. And Melissa stepped in because Alan's name was like listed so many times on the roster for jobs today. Melissa just said, Alan, do you want me to do the prayer room organizing for you? And so he said, oh yes, that would be great. So thank you, Melissa, for stepping in, and Alan for improvising for Horace this morning when he had some technical difficulties. But we laugh about it because it's all good, and that's who we are. And I love everybody here. And we're going to have our closing song, The Sound of Silence, and it's beautiful, beautiful. And I picked this song because of the silence, because of the beauty of the music and the beauty of the video. So as we wrap up this service, we can just allow ourselves to allow that music, the beauty of the flutes, to just come into our bodies and just bring that calm and that peace to us. So that's going to be our third song. And then Reverend Millie will be closing us out after that for prayer. Oh my God, my heart is full. My chest is just beating with those beautiful young men showing their gratitude for life by sharing their music in that way. It's just so beautiful. And with that beautiful song, that beautiful music, we have our beautiful Reverend Millie, who's going to pray us out. Reverend Millie, would you do us the honor, please?
Absolutely. What an amazing service today. What an amazing talk, Reverend Karen. Thank you so much. And for how everything has come together with everyone here, I'm just absolutely grateful and so full of gratitude. And so with that, let us pray. And so right here and right now, as I just begin this time of prayer in gratitude for knowing that we are all one, and gratitude for knowing that there is only one, and gratitude for knowing that no matter where we are, God is and acts upon everything that we think, say, and do, always. And so grateful for this community and for the message of this community, this mind, body, spirit community, as we serve our community in its entirety, holistically. I am absolutely grateful, always keeping gratitude on my lips and knowing that for each and every person here. Thank you is a complete sentence. And with that, I just say thank you, God. Thank you, love. Thank you, life. Thank you, spirit. And we can affirm this together by saying, and so it is. Amen.
So it is. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Reverend Millie. You are awesome. Yes, your prayer is a gratitude to God. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And taking this time right now to thank everybody, to thank Maureen for being our prayer tree arborist. Thank you, Horace. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Alan. Thank you. Did I forget anything? I've got Reverend Millie, of course, and Horace and everybody. And thank you for the people who showed up today. Thank you for the people live streaming, the people on Facebook, the people who watch this later. Thank you all for joining us. And I want to give a shout out to Reverend Wanda, who joined us today. And I love her very much. It was so good to see her. And I see that we have Lorraine on here. So thank you for joining us, Lorraine. And Susan and all kinds of people here that I can't see everybody, but it's wonderful. It's wonderful. I thank you all for your support, for being who you are and what you are and how much you help me and help each other and how we are a family.